Hi there, this is Namni. Welcome to my channel Namni Technical. In the previous video, we saw how to make this IPL slider, right? And coming to this video, we are going to complete this IPL slider by adding pagination to it. So we are going to see how to add a pagination, something like this, to our slider. Okay. So without any delay, let's start. So back to my VS Code, just press Ctrl P and type in IPL now and click enter, so which will take us to that particular file, and this is the code which we have written in our previous video, right? So if you didn't watch that video, do watch it by clicking on the I button. So now we want to make a pagination, right? So whenever you want to dealing with the pagination with the React Slick package, the first thing we have to do is pass a prop called dots and set its value to true. Okay, but in this case no need of setting this value to true, because the props without any value will be default to true, right? So that is the reason why we no need of giving any value. Okay, so you can see over here now we are able to see the dots, right? So this is the default pagination of React Slick package. Okay, now but we don't want this kind of pagination, right? We want something like this, like these are looking less something like horizontal bars, right? So now somehow we want to make these dots as dot bars, right? In order to make these buttons, that is in order to make these dots as dot bars, we have to apply some sort of CSS for this, right? So in order to style these buttons, we have to pass another prop called dots class. Okay, dots class whose value will be two class names. Okay, two class names. The first class name should be slick dots, so you should not change anything in this class name. Okay, so it should be as is, slick hyphen dots or slick minus dots, anything. Okay, now the second class name, that is your wish. Okay, second class name is your wish, and this will be the class name which we will be using to style our dot indicators. Okay, now just press Ctrl S, say okay, nothing will change actually. Now if once refresh your browser, see nothing is changed. Okay, everything is working fine now. Okay, now let's make use of this class name. Okay, so I'll just copy this line indicator. What I'll do is I'll just create a new CSS file for this, ipl.css. Now let's target that class name, and inside this class name we want to target that li. Okay, so see this this is the whole class name. See, actually we saw a detailed video about this dots class. Okay, dots class and custom pagination. If you want that, you can watch the video just by clicking on the I button again. See now if you have any doubts, you can just say only line indicator and just give some border. Okay, so border, let's say 2 pixels solid. Okay, now just press Ctrl S, save, and now let us include this, that is let us import our CSS file dot slash ipl.css. okay, so now just press Ctrl S, save. See, this is nothing but this whole thing. Okay, from here to here is nothing but our line indicator, and in that line indicator we only want to target these LIs. Okay, so these LIs are nothing but these dots. So this is what we want to concentrate, right? So now for this I just want to say height of let's say 4 pixel, width of let's say 70 pixel, and I just want to say background of black. Okay, or see here it is something like light gray color, right? And whenever you hover onto that, it is converting something like dark, right? So what I'll do is I'll just say it as light gray, light gray. Okay, now just press Ctrl S, save. See now, but why we are able to see this black? Let me comment out this. Okay, now we are able to see that gray, right? But See, but still we are able to see these dots, right? We don't want the dots, okay? And one more thing, if you observe, these bars are not working. See, now if you click on that, it's not working. The functionality is with the dots, but the UI we want is with these bars, right? So now the first thing is we want to remove these dots, and the second thing is we want to make our bars functional, right? So before going to that, I just want to give some border radius to this. Border radius of, let's go with the 5 pixel. Okay, now it's looking something better. Okay, so now first thing is we want to make our bars functional, and we don't want this dots to appear, right? So for that we have to pass one more pass, sorry, for that we have to pass one more prop called custom paging, okay, and whose value will be a function. Okay, let's return a div tag, okay, and I just want to show this eye, okay. So this eye we can get this from function. See, now the dots are gone, but instead we are able to see the eye which we just shown, right? But we don't want this even, right? We only want to show these horizontal bars, and we only want our slide to move whenever we click on that particular horizontal bar only, not any rest. See, now if you observe, even we click here, even we click here, see, it is just a way below our horizontal bar, right? Still our slider is moving. We don't want this sort of behavior, right? We only want our slider to slide whenever we click on this particular horizontal bar, right? So in order to do that, what we'll do is we'll just make these two overlap with each other. That is, this particular div, see, if you observe here, the number which you are able to see is this, and that number is in this div, right? So what we'll do is we'll make this particular div overlap with our horizontal bar, so that they will be one upon the other, right? And whenever we click on our horizontal bar, means we are indirectly clicking on this div, and our horizontal bars will become functional, right? So for that, just come over to here, and the first thing is, in order to make them overlap, we have to give position absolute, right? Position absolute. Now just press Ctrl S, save. See, now but they are not overlapping with each other, right? And one more thing is, whenever you press on that number only, our slider is moving. See, now but we want this number to occupy 100% width, right? So the width of the horizontal bar. So in that way, whenever we click wherever on the horizontal bar, not only at the starting of the horizontal bar, but whenever we click at the any point of this horizontal bar, our slider will slide, right? So just come over to here and say width of 100%, and that numbers are like some below, right? So I'll just set its top value to -10 pixels, so that the dots will move something upward, okay? So now if you just see, now these dots and our horizontal bar is overlapping, right? And our bar is also functional. If you observe carefully, see, let's try on the right corner. Right corner is working fine, left corner is also working fine, and at the middle also it's working fine, absolutely, right? Now the last thing left is we don't want to show these numbers, right? So just set its opacity to 0. That's it, guys. So now we will not able to see that numbers anymore. See, now our horizontal bars are working fine, okay? See, now we got the functionality. Now let's deal a bit with styling, okay? So the first styling is whenever we hover onto that, it's becoming somewhat darker, right? So just come over here and target the same line indicator li. what we want to see, we want to deal with hover properties. So hover, what we want to change, we just want to change the background. Okay, we just want to change the background, and let's say it as a gray. Okay, so now just press Ctrl S, save. Okay, now it's working fine. Whenever you hover, it's converting into dark gray, right? And if you observe here, the active one is the active the paginated dot or horizontal bar is like something like blue color, right? So let's do that. Okay, so now in order to target the active one, it's same actually, dot line indicator itself, but and li itself. See, we saw this particular one horizontal bar means li, right? And in that li we want which one is active, right? So the active class name is slick hyphen ac active. Okay, so li dot slick active, and what we want to say, we want to just change the background color, right? So it is looking something like blue, so let's go with blue. Okay, background color blue. See, now this is active, right? So now if you press on this, this will become active. If you press on this, this will become active. Okay, now our pagination is completed, right? So now let's deal with these buttons. Okay, so see, these buttons are really like dumb, right? So whenever you click on that button, we are not getting any effect, and whenever you hover onto that button also, we are not getting any effect, right? So let's deal with a little bit of like animation kind of thing, as we made our css file. Okay, so let's make justice for our css file. Okay, see, we have around only 10 lines of code. Okay, so first thing is I just want to show one thing. We have a component called button base in material UI, which will give a ripple effect. Okay, so now instead of this div, I'll make this div as that button base. Okay, so this div is a button div, right? See inside this we are able to that is inside this div we are showing our that icon, right? That means this particular div. Okay, this particular div we are changing that div into this button base. Okay, buttonbase. Okay, this button base is from material UI. It's already imported, if you can see here, material UI core. Okay, so now we will get a beautiful ripple effect whenever you click on that button. Okay, okay, why we are not getting? Yeah, it is saved. Now let's refresh our browser once. See, now if you click on this, we are getting a beautiful ripple effect, right? I think you are able to see. Okay, now let's add some hover animations. Okay, so first thing is I'll just decrease this height and width to 30 pixel. I think it became more, 30 pixel. Now just press Ctrl S, save, and let's give a class name to it. Okay, see, this is the right time. Okay, we are giving a class name. That means you can just shift all these properties to our css file. Okay, so I'll just give it as buttons. Okay, buttons. Now just press Ctrl S, save, and let me copy this class name. Okay, nothing changes, guys. We just give a class name, right? Okay, we decrease the width also, right? Okay, we decrease the width, but it is not looking nice. So the reason is our buttons font size became more. So let's convert this 30 to 35. Okay, now it's looking a little bit better. Okay, now we want to deal with some hover animations, right? So we gave a class name of buttons, right? So dot buttons, whenever we hover on them, dot buttons, first thing I want to change the background color of it. Okay, did we give any background over here? No, we did not give any background. So first thing is I'll set its background to some orange color sort of thing. I just copied the class name. I have this. Okay, it's not there. So okay, let's go with orange, or let's go with orange and color of white. Okay, so that icon color will be of white, but background color will be orange. So refresh your browser. Okay, okay, got it. So this is a material UI component, right? So we cannot style like this directly. So in order to do that, we have to pass important. See, now we are able to see that. See, this is like orange, and our icon color is white, and it's looking beautiful right now. What we'll do is, whenever we hover onto this, we'll just add some a little bit animation scaling effect. Okay, so whenever we hover onto that, one thing is, I'll just reverse these colors. Okay, I'll just reverse these colors. That is, background color will be converted to white, WHIT white, and color will be converted to orange. Now if you control see, okay, now I also want to add a little bit of scaling effect. Okay, so for that, just say transform scale off. So whenever you hover on to that, it will scale a little bit based on the given value. Okay, I think even for this we have to pass a important. Yeah, I think it is scaling up, but we are not able to see that. Okay, let's increase this value to let's say 1.3. See, I think now you are able to see that, right? See, actually, as we are converting this color to like a background color to white, we are not able to see that effect. But now let me comment this. See, now if you observe, it is becoming bigger, right? Okay, now but it is like a like it is transforming very fastly, right? So I'll just say transition of let's go with 700 milliseconds. See, now it is looking beautiful, right? Now we are able to get this ripple effect, we are able to get this uh, scaling effect, right? Nice scaling effect. Okay, if you don't want like this much bigger, you can just go with 1.2 or 1.1. Let me remove this important and try. Okay, still we are able to get that. Okay, now we are able to get a beautiful ripple effect now, and this pagination as well. So is there anything more? Okay, this is okay, this is something like text is like italic, right? So you can just come out to here and say IPL.js, just search for match highlights, it's here, right? So you can just say style style equal to, it is a font style. Okay, the property is font style, and italic. Okay, italic. Now just press Ctrl save. See, now we turn to italic. Okay, So that's it for this video, guys. We saw how to add this pagination, and we also saw like a little bit animation sort of thing, and I think you are able to get this button based component, right? So whenever you want to convert, or whenever you need this ripple effect, you can just get that button based component from Material UI and you can just use it, right? So that's it for this video, guys. If you find any kind of value from this video, do share with your friends, do subscribe for further updates. Thanks for watching, guys.